I think it's very often that we think that ego is a problem of ignorant people. But what if intelligence actually can feed, our ego just as easily? If you are more knowledgeable, if you are more like educated, if you are more like experienced, successful, it's easier to think that you're like kind of superior, the best, or always right, something. How do we know that we actually accumulate our wisdom with time? Especially if we are like in our midlife or older. I'm 48 at the moment. How do we know it? Or do we actually become more arrogant with age and, more egoistic, so to say? Just building our ego. And ego, you can say, yeah, it doesn't matter if I'm like having a big ego or not. Actually, it does matter, because big ego makes people's life miserable and makes also other people's life miserable. The big thing with ego, for example, is that it makes you very lonely. Because if you always know better, if you always are right, then everybody else around you does not deserve your presence. Everybody's an idiot or something. Everybody is like, not good enough for you, And the problem is that, tell me your experience, but the ego is something that you yourself can hardly notice. And it's unless somebody else tells you something about you, and it should be quite a lot of people telling the same thing before you actually start thinking that something should be changed, then you notice, because other like things which can be problematic with our temper or character, like anger, for example. Anger is something that it's there, you can feel it, it's not very pleasant, and it's also something that people can see obviously around you. Like if somebody is very angry, it's kind of obvious, or you can see the redness in the face, you can see like, even like angry people, when they become older, you can see it in the way they wrinkle, and you can see in people's face if they are like really angry types. But with ego, it's like, it's nice, people can give you compliments, people can put you on pedestal, people can like always see good in you, and you're like, it must be true, I am the best, I know better, I'm right. So yeah, this is like, how do you know? And then when one has a big ego, it's very hard to build meaningful relationships with others. It's very hard to open up to somebody because nobody is good enough. It's very hard to learn anything because you know better. Big ego can really destroy life, really make it more complicated for oneself and for people around us. So to notice ego is a good thing. The problem with ignorant people, it's kind of obvious, Ignorant people very often think they're the smartest in the room, and it's kind of obvious, how it works. But with talented people, like intelligent people, educated people, it's very hard for them and people around to notice the ego, because it's like people around you tell you you are smarter, and it can be objective. People around you can tell you you are more handsome or more beautiful or more attractive, and it could also be objective. People around you can tell you you are the best in this, and it could be objective too, you know. But how do you learn from other people if you are the smartest and so on? Because you can't really be the smartest, you can't really be most handsome, more beautiful. Yeah, there's always be somebody more handsome, more beautiful, smarter, more educated, stronger, everything. There will always be somebody. So when you get a compliment, you are like the best, it's just a compliment and the way to make you feel better, I guess, but it cannot really be objective. And also, but when you get those feedbacks and you see the outcomes of your activity and yourself, then at some point you might believe that I'm better, I know better, I'm right. And this can be an obstacle. And I see this among very smartest people, that sometimes they fall into an ego trap just because people, they have fans, you know, they have lots of fans, and now social media is helping, but I don't mean only social media, in general. If you have lots of fans, then even when you do most stupid things, there will still be enough people who will say, this is amazing, you are, you know, it's so great you're doing this, nobody is so brave to do something stupid as that. They will not say stupid, but they will genuinely believe you are the bravest, you are the best, even when you do the most ugly or stupid things, because you have fans. So no matter what you say, you will be supported by somebody. And again, social media is not making it easier for people to check their ego and pride, whether it's only growing, you know? So I think if we feel very lonely in this life, I think it's good to ask ourselves, like, why? Is it really that nobody deserves our company? Is it really that we never meet nice people? It's all idiots around us, you know? No matter who I see, they're all like, something is wrong with all of them. And you see this on social media, you know? These ideas of people that, oh, something is totally wrong with everybody, you know, something. You can hear something like that. But it's not true, you know. And of course you can see a glass half full or half empty. Now it's half full. I mean, no matter what happens, you can see only the negative side of things. And no matter when you meet people, like, if everybody is an idiot, it means I cannot learn anything. But if I'm open then to learn, then everybody, almost everybody, can teach me something. Because, okay, not everybody, but a lot of people. It doesn't matter if somebody is less educated or doesn't know, not experienced in this field. The person might be experienced in a completely other field. And education does not also give things which are important, like some levels of basic wisdom or just, you know, basic life knowledge, which That's not always something that they teach you in school or university, you know. So university gives you a lot of theoretical knowledge, but life experience teaches you things that stays with you for the rest of your life. So people can be less educated, maybe they don't talk properly, but there might be that they still know better on some other levels. And when you're open to hear what they're actually saying or trying to tell you, you know, maybe you can learn a lot. And another thing is that you're just one person and others are so many. And if you multiply the knowledge of many people, yeah, if you combine it together, combine, anyway, you know, if you may look at the sum of all of this knowledge, the abundance of all the knowledge, it's huge. It's much more than you, one person, have. And there are so many different talents in people. So altogether, there's so much richness, much more than just one person, in one person. So no matter how you look, actually, there is like no reason to be proud. Because after all, there is much more richness in the world than in only you. And everybody has some kind of knowledge and some kind of experience, and this potential to learn and of course you meet some creepy people here and there, some really disturbed people, and very often just because they had a terrible experience and they didn't, you know, they were traumatized to the point that they want to hurt other people. Yeah, you meet people like that. Everybody meets people like this. And it's then hard in this case, yeah. But when you meet most of people you meet, it doesn't matter what political views they have, you know. I don't really judge people depending on their political views, because we all have different views. And it depends what kind of news source we are getting our information from. It's very much depends on that. Also our background and so on. So nobody has the objective information. Nobody knows the truth. Absolutely, yeah, when it comes to politics. It's so foggy. It's so foggy. You don't see anything. Just the fog. Maybe you should go outside. What do you say? Yeah, let me know maybe in the comments what you think, like how you deal with ego. Like if you have any feedback to me, if there's something you see. I want you to be critical constructively here, because I want to learn. And if I only get good feedbacks, which is nice of course, but I also want to know like everything you think. And it doesn't mean that I agree with everything you say, because I just might have a different opinion on things, yeah. But I definitely want to hear your opinion, because also the truth, it's like the truth itself is like totality, yeah. And in this totality, there are many things. And I can know one thing, like one angle, like, you know, one angle, exactly. And you might know the other angle. And it looks like totally opposite things, but both are true. It's just different parts of the totality, different pieces of the knowledge. So, being here, I can learn from you being here. And both are true, but I don't always have to accept the other part if it doesn't fit to my like way of thinking. For example, I like, you know, natural things. I don't like artificial things. I like nature. I love nature. Yeah. And that's the reason, for example, you will not see any artificial content on this channel. Yeah. And you will not see artificial background. You will not, it's real wood. That's real person here. It's my hair. I don't know if artificial intelligence can imitate this, but I don't. I think nowadays they can do everything, more or less. Anyway, yeah, so, and some people decide, oh, I want to improve my channel, make it fancy using artificial intelligence, make it more productive, make it more maybe amusing, and it's okay for you if it's your path. I'm quite different here. Yeah, I think artificial intelligence is good in some places, like medical and a few others, but analytical, you know, sometimes. But it screws up a lot of things already. And when it comes to human connection, this is like no-go. Human connection, human creativity, you know, art. Also thinking. Anyway, this video is not about artificial intelligence. What I'm trying to say that the truth is something very total and all pervading, yeah? And we can know some piece of it, some relative, you know, truth, so to say. And if it's like kind of relative truth, you can say my truth, it's relative truth, your truth is relative truth. So things which are absolutely true must be true everywhere, for everybody. But nowadays common sense is not very popular and it's changing. We are becoming very different, the way we connect to each other, and I feel very old school, very old-fashioned, fashionable on many levels. Yeah, on many levels, and not only because I belong to the Gen X generation, but I want to preserve human, you know, best qualities. I also want to see and to learn from other people, and maybe there are some areas where I am arrogant in thinking I know this better or something. This could be. That's why I'm very open to criticism and other people's opinions. And I think this is one of the ways, if you can take criticism down, it's already a good sign. If you can learn from other people, if you're open to other people. When you go into a group, like a meeting, with your opinion, if you wish to make everybody trust your opinion, and that's it, it's probably very arrogant to think like this, you know, because there are so many other people and they have different experiences, and it's probably that the group knows better than just one person. So the final decision of the group will probably be better than decision of one person. Yeah, it's a very fine topic. I think it's not easy to, you know, to see the ego in oneself. And funny enough, it's not always easy to see ego in other people, because people can look the same but have completely different motivations, you know. And people also can play a game, you know. And with intelligent people, I see very different outcomes. Some people seem to really be aware of something is wrong here. Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to intelligent people, there are two options usually. Either you see that the more intelligent they become, the more they realize how much they don't know. And the other option is the people who, the more intelligent they become, the more they realize how great they are. So yeah, I see people, intelligent people, go both ways. So it looks like intelligence itself, in itself, is not enough. You need to check yourself, you need to be humble enough to realize that other people can bring so much knowledge, can have so much experience, that it would be stupid to always think you're right. Okay, how about we go outside? Let's check this funny fog over there. Maybe I take something with me. I think it's really funny because you don't see anything. It's like milk, but it's fog. It's really funny. It's like everything is disappearing. You don't see anything. Like, look over there, you don't see anything at all. It's so funny. Yeah, it's more or less typical here sometimes to have this kind of fog. Okay, we are now somewhere nowhere. I really hope you enjoy this video. Check out some other video on this channel. It's all about building freedom. On this channel I also talk a lot about human connection, and I try to bring people together. I want people to be less lonely. I think I manage this. I have a lot of interesting people in my life. I've lost quite a lot. This year I've lost a few people. I lost people very close to me, and also some relatives. By the way, my grandma, she passed away recently. She was 99. She almost, just one more year and she would be 100, but no, she didn't manage. I hear a lot of noise, but I don't see anything, I don't see the sea, I don't see anything, just fog. It's so funny. I hope to see you in the next video. If you like real human things, if you like deep conversations, if you want to stay free, then this channel might be also for you, especially for people in their midlife and their second half of life. They especially appreciate this channel. So hope to see you in the next video.